You're. Oh, it's a beautiful fall day out here in Jersey. Let's get some people up in here, man. Let's get some people up in here. I ain't really had no time to record a video today and do all that, so we're just gonna talk about it live. What up, what up, what up? Make sure when you pop up, man, hit that like, yo, hit that like. Hey, man, you know, we in this together, y'all. We in this together. Make sure, hit me with a thumbs up in the chat, yo, if you can see me and you can hear me clearly. My voice is all hoarse, you know what I'm saying? Coaching, screaming, cursing little kids out, whatnot. Give me a thumbs up, yo. Make sure you can hear me. Make sure you can see me. Plus, I'm getting over a sinus infection, so I can't hear shit out of my left ear, so forgive me. Raiders Resistance, what up? Carlos, what up? Yeah, I mean, listen, hit them likes, yo. Hit them likes on your way in. It costs you nothing. It's gonna be a long season. That's an understatement. Yerp. Soto, what up? Pedro, what up? Raider Trav, what up? Yeah, man, it's spooky hours, man. It's spooky out here. Hit them likes, yo. Hit them likes. And then let's get into it, man. Ask whatever questions y'all want. Ask for my opinion on whatever y'all want. I don't want to turn this into a I told you so situation. But goddamn if I didn't tell you so. Sad. What I saw yesterday from that Raiders team was just sad. Just absolutely pathetic. As a coach, as a fan, as a man, as whatever you want to be, watching that game was just very embarrassing. Hey, yo, Marty, what up? Madison, New Jersey? That's crazy. New Jersey's a weird place. 'Cause I ain't never heard of that shit. I ain't never heard of that. But what else is around Madison? Is that north? It gotta be north. Ain't no way that shit is south. Madison just sound rich. Did I ever go to summer camp? Like as a kid? If I did, it had to be free. Oh, Morris County. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's that country shit. Yeah, you up there. Actually, not that far from me. You're not that far from where I'm at. Middlesex County Raider Nation. Yeah, I'm in Middlesex County. DC hater real quiet. I mean, listen, this don't got nothing to do with DC. This don't got nothing. You know what really bothers me about the whole DC situation is that, like, the people who hated on Derek Carr somehow think they have the power to tell you when you can bring him up. Like, oh, you got to bring up Derek. Like, if you mention Derek Carr's name, all of a sudden, everything you said before that and after that is irrelevant, and they somehow think the conversation is about Derek Carr. It's like, nah, it's not about Derek Carr, but you have to use somebody as an example, and he's an example in the situation because he plays the position that we need the most. And when he played that position, a lot of people that don't know much thought that he was the position that was the easiest to replace. And he was the player that was easiest to move on from. And that just couldn't be further from the truth. Audio cutting in and out. I mean, I'm outside. So yeah, I mean, that's the problem. It might not be cutting in and out. I might just be stuttering. But that's the problem with the DC scenario. Is that, like, it was okay to talk about DC as long as you was hating on him. You could talk about him for 7 days a week, twice on Sunday, as long as it was negative. But if you had anything positive to say, it was oh, you caping or you're a Stan or you're Kardashian or whatever you want to call it. But the truth of the matter is that Derek Carr was a good enough quarterback to get us to the playoffs every year, period. And, you know, there's also certain things that go into making the playoffs. There's three phases of football: offense, defense, special teams. You got coaching. You got all kind of personnel situations that go into it. Wins and losses aren't a quarterback stat. So it's like the actual stats that go on quarterbacks, he was upper echelon in those categories. He just was lower tier when it came to winning, but winning is not a quarterback stat. Like, you know what I mean? And do I think Derek Carr is the best quarterback the Raiders ever had? I think he's the most talented, but I mean, as far as the whole thing, I mean, Rich Gannon put us in the position to be successful, but Rich Gannon had a competent defense. He had Jerry Rice and Tim Brown, like, you know what I mean? Like, he had Charlie Garner, like you had like the culture there that just all went together. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, you know, you've had multiple quarterbacks since then, and you know, everybody will tell you it was Garoppolo, it was Aiden O'Connell, it was this guy, Geno Smith is better than this and better than, like, no, he's not. And I tried to tell everybody that he wasn't, and I just didn't understand. Like Chip Kelly, I like Chip Kelly, but one thing that scared me about Chip Kelly is what I said is that Chip Kelly ruined one of the best teams the Philadelphia Eagles ever had. He literally ruined that team. Ruined that team. You know what I mean? So it's like, for some reason, my issue with, and it's not my issue with Raider Nation, because like, fans are fans. I have a problem when fans think they're more than fans, and now it's like, you know, it's like the blind leading the blind. Like, at the end of the day, just because they put on the silver and black doesn't mean they're better than what they were when they were in green and white, or when they were in crimson or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, just because you put on a Raiders uniform does not mean you're automatically going to be good. It doesn't mean you're a savior. It doesn't mean you're better than the next guy who had the uniform on. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's where my issues always lie, is that when I say facts over feelings, it's like the facts have to outweigh my feelings as a fan. As a fan, I want Geno Smith to be better than every quarterback we ever had. I want that. But the facts is he's not. The facts is that the defense was always the issue on the Derek Carr Raiders. Like, it was the defense. The defense was the issue, right? And you got the defense better, but in the meantime of getting the defense better, you got worse at the quarterback position. Well, the quarterback position is a hard position to replace. So even if you get a guy that you think is a 7.5 out of 10, you got to keep that guy and build around him. You got to put things around him. Because as washed as people think Derek Carr was, Derek Carr's first year with the Saints, he threw 25 touchdowns and 8 picks on a new team in a new system, right? Before he got hurt, he had 15 touchdowns and 5 picks in 10 games last year. Geno Smith has 9 interceptions in like 5 games. So, you know, to me, it's like, at some point, we got to stop the clown show. We got to, like, what would be the point of having somebody who has experience at something just to listen to everybody else? Like, we don't go, like if I want to learn how to change a tire and I go on YouTube, I'm going to try to find the person that changed the tire the right way, right? Like, if I want any type of information, like, YouTube is a search engine. If I go on YouTube to figure out how to run a 4-2-5 defense, or how to blitz out of the double mug, or how to disguise a cover 3 with 2 safeties, like, I'm going to go to somebody who has the experience and the information to help me. But for some reason, when it comes to the Raiders, we're taking all this advice and information and all of our hopes and our dreams, and we're putting it in the hands of people who don't have the experience to really have that say. You know what I mean? And like, I get it, if it's all entertainment, that's cool. I'm here for entertainment too. But while I'm here entertaining, I have to be real about what I'm entertaining about. You know what I mean? So, and it's not just Mitchell Rance. It's not that. It's actually, you know how people, like, when I was growing up, I hated the Yankees, or when I was growing up, I hated the Cowboys. And it was never really the teams that I hated. It was the fan base that I hated. Like, I hated the way everybody talked about the Yankees. I hated the people that talked about the Cowboys. Like, so to me, it's not a Mitchell Rand situation. It's just that he's empowered a bunch of people that don't know shit. And then they are the loudest people in the room. So then the people that know shit kind of get drowned out in the noise. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. I don't have no issues with anybody, but like 3 weeks ago, we were praising individual players, and now 3 weeks later, we want to fire them and have them lose their jobs and bench them and all. And it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like why did you think that they were in a position to be better than what they were? I don't understand. I don't understand. If Geno Smith was that good, he wouldn't have came to the Raiders. Like, let's be real. Like, if Geno Smith was that good, he wouldn't have came to the Raiders. He would have had other teams that were in better positions to win who just needed to add a quarterback. Mitchell is a football genius. I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he is a football genius, but I don't know if you can be wrong this many times to be a genius. Right? Every draft class was better than the last one. Every quarterback is better than the last one. Every offensive line coach is better than the last one. Every head coach it's every single thing the Raiders do seems to be better than the last. But then it never is. Then it never is. You know what I mean? What I saw yesterday from that football team was just a team that was just, they're not talented enough. They're not talented enough. Especially when you take Brock Bowers out of the equation, like, they're just not talented enough. Win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Yeah, that sounds great. That has nothing to do with the conversation. I don't think Geno is terrible. I think Geno is what I thought he was. You got to remember, this is a guy who played for the Jets, and when they came to the West Coast to play the Raiders, missed team meetings because he forgot to set his watch back. Geno is not the brightest crayon in the box. And you're playing a position where to be successful, you have to be really intelligent. Geno's football IQ is not, it's not where it needs to be to play against high IQ defenses. It's not. Now, if he goes against a rookie secondary, he's going to look good. But when he goes against a defensive coordinator in a secondary that can scheme up and make cover 2 look like cover 1 and make cover 1 look like cover 4, like, when you got defenses that can do that and you're not, your IQ is not all that high to be changing plays at the line of scrimmage and getting us into different looks, you're going to struggle. So I don't think he's trash. I just think he's struggling to outperform the deficiencies that the Raiders have offensively. Right? Offensive line is not that good. Offensive line is not that good. I would rather be 1-4 with Minshew for 20 mil versus Geno for 100 mil. I mean, I don't want to be 1-4, period. I don't care about the money. Shit, it ain't my money. I don't care about the money whatsoever. I don't care how much they pay Geno. How much they pay Geno has nothing to do with how I view him as a player. He's going to get paid what the market says he's going to get paid. It's not him. It's not his fault. It's not the Raiders' fault that they paid him that. That's what the market is telling. That's what it says. Like, if quarterbacks on this tier are getting $100 million, he's going to get $100 million. But now when you put a mid-tier quarterback behind a bad offensive line, well, that mid-tier is just going to drop. So now he's going to look worse. Ravens fan here. Any advice for me? I don't have no advice, Rick, but I'm just saying you should have enjoyed the good times. Because it just shows you, like, you know, Ravens are successful like every year. You know, now you get an injury to your star player, it could get rough. Our problems go deeper than just the quarterback. We have holes in our O-line. I say again, those are all the things that, you know what I mean? Those are all the things that we've been continue to talk about. I talked about this a few years ago. What the Raiders do, the Raiders like to put deodorant on shit. Like the Raiders stink. We're a musty ass organization, right? And what they do is instead of actually fixing the problems, they instead of washing up and taking a shower, they stay dirty, stay stinking, but then they put some deodorant over it, and they get some real expensive deodorant. You know what I'm saying? So for a minute you can't smell the stench, but at the end of the day, under all that deodorant, under all that cologne, we still stink. Cause we ain't washed nothing, we ain't cleaned nothing. So the same issues we have this year, we had last year. We had a bad offensive line. We had holes in the secondary. We had holes in the interior defensive line. We had a bad quarterback. All these things are the same, but then you go out there and you get Geno Smith, and then you go out there and draft the player that everybody says you should draft, and those people forget that that player you want them to draft at 6, that running back, is just a deodorant for how terribly stank this football team is. That's the facts of the matter. That's the facts of the matter. I love Ashton Jeanty. I think he's a generational player. You don't need a generational running back to win Super Bowls. You don't. You don't. You don't need a generational running back to go to the playoffs. You don't. You don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they gave us that pick because, oh shit, it's a wasp. They gave us that pick because they know that's what the fans wanted. So that, like, how do we pacify the fans? Let's give them the draft pick. Okay, we'll go draft this guy. Go draft this guy. Now everybody's all happy. We could have traded the 6th pick, got more picks, and built our whole offensive line through the draft. Or at least take a swing at it. Because what good is the running back that's a generational talent when there's no line in front of him to create running gaps? Right? Look at all these players everybody wanted to get. Look at Nixon over there for the Packers, looking like a star defensive back. Couldn't do shit for the Raiders though. Right? Hey, Victor, appreciate the Superman. Right? You had Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is a good enough running back to put back there if you have an offensive line. But instead, you get rid of Josh Jacobs, and then you go sign Josh Jacobs 2.0 and Ashton Jeanty, but don't build the offensive line. Naturally, we didn't need Jeanty. Tell me why we needed Jeanty. Like, tell me why we needed Jeanty. And I'm not saying that Jeanty was a bad pick. What I'm saying is having Jeanty's not going to make or break the Raiders being a playoff team. He's not. He's not going to make or break that. Make or break the Raiders being a playoff team is being able to stop the run, right? Get off the field on 3rd down and being able to protect the quarterback. So who else y'all wanted at 6? It's not a matter of who I wanted at 6. I mean, I wanted Mason Graham at 6. I wanted a defensive tackle. I wanted to shore up that interior defensive line. That's me. But I'm not saying there's a problem with drafting Jeanty at 6. I'm saying that drafting Jeanty at 6 made a whole bunch of people forget that the rest of the team was trash. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not a bad, who'd you want instead of Jeanty? It don't matter who I wanted instead of Jeanty. All I'm saying is drafting Jeanty made people forget that we weren't good. All of a sudden, drafting Jeanty made people forget that we don't have a secondary. And then not having a secondary was, well, Pete Carroll's the cornerback whisperer, so he must know what he's doing. The secondary is going to be good. Like, why are you thinking that? I don't give a damn what you think about Pete Carroll. His old ass is not going out there showing people how to kick step, inch step, backpedal, get in and out of breaks, none of that. So don't think just because he's had good cornerbacks, he's going to go take a 7th round corner and turn him into something. Why do you think that? So what I'm saying is that, once again, deodorant. Let's go get Pete Carroll. Oh, man, I love Pete Carroll. I love his energy. He's running up and down the side. I don't give a fuck if you can run at 75 or if you're in a wheelchair at 75. Can you help us win games? Right? But everything is a deodorant. Everything is cologne. Everything is that goddamn Dior Sauvage. We smell like shit. Genty. Pete Carroll. Jacoby Myers. The fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? Remember when we got McDaniel? Oh, he's gonna bring the Patriot way. What the fuck? Ain't no Patriot way if it ain't the Patriots. That shit don't work like that. Unless you have Tom Brady and the culture that you have in New England, you're not bringing a Patriot way nowhere. But y'all believed it because somebody got on camera and told you to believe it. And like I said before, even when the Raiders take a step forward, every other team in the NFL is taking steps forward as well. Brandon, you right. Pour some syrup on some dog shit, it's still shit. Or is that a cow? I don't know what that shit is. Raider OGP, appreciate the super. Pete ain't gonna find another Sherman in the 5th round at the Raiders. And running that old 2011 cover 3 is ass. Wink the Legion of Boom. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not. And you can't recreate something that's once in a lifetime. If you could, then we would have another Michael Jackson. Like, if you could, we would have another Michael Jordan. Like, when things are generational and once in a lifetime, you can't copy it. You can't copy it. Why is there not another Tupac? Like these things are not just people, right? These are things that perfect storms of everything come together when you talk about talent, personality, character, culture, media, performance, execution. All these things come together. That's what makes it once in a lifetime. Like, you're not getting another Tom Brady. You're not getting another white guy that unathletic to go win that many Super Bowls. You're not going to get it again. You can't duplicate it. It's once in a lifetime. Right? Where's the other Michael Phelps? Right? So why do we think if Legion of Boom was the Legion of Boom that we thought it was, why does anybody think we could recreate that? If anything, it's just going to be an imitation version of it. Right? Like when you got Frosted Flakes from Kellogg's and then you got Sugar Flakes from Walmart. It ain't going to be the same. Air Show, appreciate it. Brody, we got to draft a true franchise quarterback. You have to have one these days. Start there and build around that, in my opinion. I mean, yeah. It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Make sure we hit the like show. We got 250 people in here. We got 86 likes. How you don't like this? How you don't like this real and uncut, non-sugar-coated rhetoric? CGR, appreciate brutal honesty. I don't even think it's brutal. What was brutal is watching that game yesterday. People paid money to go see that. Shout out to Graphic. I think he was out there. This poor guy. He's 86 years old. He's out there spending his goddamn retirement fund to watch these guys. He's out there with Stewart. He's 96 years old. They can't bring Wasted out there. He's 103 years old. These guys are spending their last legs watching this shit. I feel for them. I feel for them. Goddamn, Wasted out. He got an oxygen tank. He can't get on the plane with that shit. Nah, those my guys. Those my guys. I only did that because Graphic said, when I said something last video, he said something. Nah, Wasted, that's my man. Nah, that's all. I wouldn't even put jokes on them if I didn't fuck with them. Charm City, what up? Those are the guys that I respect them in this space. I respect them in this space. That's why I don't do planes. I don't fuck with no planes, man. You You know, God wanted me to fly, He gave me wings. I don't fuck with no planes. He made me an excellent driver. Like, I drive well. I'm a professional driver. My first 6 jobs on this planet were delivery jobs. I drive. I got to get on the show with Wasted, though. We always talk about it. We both in Jersey. The Madden Cruiser. I mean, Madden didn't like planes either. I mean, listen, man, 2 great coaches. I feel bad for you content creators. Don't feel bad for us. Like I said, it's we all watching the same thing. We all feel the same way. We all want nothing more than the Raiders to be successful. Like, that's what we want. Like, we want the Raiders to be successful. We want the Raiders to be good. Like, I just think we have different opinions on how we celebrate, you know, and how we view certain things that the Raiders do. You know what I'm saying? I think moving to Vegas was terrible. David, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Sad seasons again. I mean, that's what it is, man. Season's 52 over here, man. Just like the restaurant. Season's 52, man. Ever since that Khalil Mack shit ain't been right. Defense is a joke, Honcho, old shit. Too much base formations. I mean, what do you expect them to do? They can't really get to the quarterback. They can't get to the quarterback. They don't have any DBs that can plaster to a receiver longer than 2.5 seconds without committing a penalty. Like, there's not much they can do. Like, I coach defense in real life. You are literally limited to the talent you have on defense, because it's not like Pop Warner where you could just blitz, engage 8, and you're going to get to the quarterback. Them quarterbacks have so many hot reads and so many RPOs and so many formations. There are way more ways. And this is a double-edged sword right here. Listen to what I'm about to say to you. There's way more ways for an offense to put the defense in conflict than it is for the defense to put the offense in conflict. Okay, there's only but so many defenses I can run, right? And the minute you give me motion, now you know if I'm in man or not, right? If you spread the field out 2x2 or 3x1, or even if you get a bunch set, you get a cluster set, you get all kind of. There's so many more ways that an offense can put the defense in conflict, which is how I know Geno Smith and our offense isn't good, because they're not putting any defenses in conflict. Firing Patrick Graham's not going to do anything, because he probably has. Damn, the sun is moving. I got to move my shit. It's bright as shit over here. I'll get out that guy. Be back though. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to play defense in the NFL. It's tough to play defense on any level, because there's only but so many defenses you can run. And you got to stay gap sound. You got to stay gapped out. You got to have an A, B, C outside contained player. Like, there's just so many things you need. You just don't have. If you don't have elite talent, it's hard to take those chances. Like, remember when we had Nate Hobbs, we can blitz him off the edge. You had Trayvon Merrick back there. You had other pieces, and that wasn't even a good defense. A lot of cover 3. Look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay for the all-22 film. I'm going to pay for the NFL.com shit, and I'm going to do the all-22 shit, and I'm going to break down some film, because I think some of us think they're in cover 3, which is, I don't understand how y'all think we're in cover 3. We can't see the back end of the defense. We can only see the front 6. But I'm going to start breaking down some film, and I'm going to see what the fuck is going on with them, because I don't know. You got the all-22? Well, shit, send me the link. Send me the link. I will definitely try to teach what I can teach. Like I tell my kids that I coach, it's my job to teach, but it's your job to learn. Like, I can teach you all the shit about defense and how all this shit moves around, but it's your job to learn it. Receivers just sit in zones and they don't react fast enough. Receivers or DBs? What's it like being unemployed? I don't know. I don't know how you think I'm unemployed. Nah, if they were in cover 2, they wouldn't be playing 8 to 10 off. Cover 2, you usually probably at like 5 yards. And you're trying to funnel it to the safety unless you get an outside release. Then you hinge and push it towards the sideline, and then you sit in probably 12 yards, and everything is in front of you. So I don't think they're playing a lot of cover 2. What I see is just, it's hard because, I mean, they run a 4-2-5, and a lot of times in a 4-2-5, you're playing split field coverages. So they might be playing cover 6, right, where they're playing quarters to the field and playing a version of cover 2 to the backside. Like, I don't really know. I don't really know what they're playing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Juan, appreciate the super. Is it possible to bring Gruden back? Is Patrick Graham a good defensive coach? He seems to be the only stability this team has. Should have stayed in Oakland. No home field advantage. Yeah. I mean, I think Patrick Graham is a good defensive coordinator. I think he knows his shit. I think he doesn't have a lot of talent. I don't think he's working with a ton of talent back there. Honestly, and yes, the Raiders should have stayed where they were. Like, it's not. It feels weird. It's like not even a real team. It's like an expansion team. Like, we're just at somebody else's place. Like, it's like the Chargers. I don't know why you think Patrick Graham is ass. When he was on the Giants, they had good defenses. Shit, we played against them when they had decent defenses. We play cover 3 and cover 4 mostly. I find it, I mean, yeah, but is it cover 4 or is it match quarters? Like, is it match quarters where it's like we're pattern matching? If it's shallow, I take them. If it's vertical, you take them. Like, I just don't know. It seems like it has to be a lot more of it than just playing straight quarters. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're playing, I just feel like it's playing straight quarters I would be really surprised. I mean, I went like I said this before. When everybody was talking about trade Max Crosby, I wasn't necessarily against it because the amount that you would get for Max Crosby, you would be able to rebuild your team. R&J Podcast, what up? Another bum season. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Defense can only hold that line for so long until they gas out. I mean, yeah, yes and no. I mean, you gotta get to the quarterback though. But our defensive line is not that good. Like, our defensive line just isn't all that great. It's matched. They're not communicating and recognizing when this. That's what I'm saying. If they're playing match cover 3, which we call Tracy, if they play match cover 3 or they're playing match quarters, like, then that's not really on Patrick Graham. Like, those players have to communicate on and they have to talk on who's going vertical, who's taking the first to the flat, carry the crossers to the linebackers. Linebackers have to deliver them to the corners. Like, there's a lot that goes into playing match coverage that Patrick Graham has no control over that. He can teach them how to do it, but it's up to them to actually execute it. And if he doesn't have better players to sub in, then what's he supposed to do? That's why I don't really blame Patrick Graham for much. Like, what's he supposed to do? Yeah, I feel like it's a personnel thing at this point on defense. Max deserved to be in the playoffs. Why? Why does he deserve to be in the playoffs? Like, what does that mean? because he's doing his job. He's playing well. Like, I tell you what why the Raiders are losing. I'm gonna tell you what it is. The Raiders are cursed. I'm gonna tell you what the curse is. Okay? I'm gonna tell you exactly what the curse is. Because the Raiders, last time the Raiders were in the playoffs, that was the year John Gruden emails came out, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The year the Raiders went to the playoffs with Derek Carr was the same year that the emails came out and they got rid of John Gruden, right? Okay, so now you get rid of John Gruden. And every single game I see, when I get a phone call, my shit gonna freeze. All right, so let me get back to what I was saying. This is the curse of the Raiders right now. You got rid of John Gruden. And every single game I watched since John Gruden has been gone. No matter who the coach is, no matter who the quarterback is, every single time they pan to the sideline, I see that little Lord of the Rings hobbit, creatine shooting in the neck, 4'3", mini fridge in the college dorm room, Deuce Gruden on the sideline. That's the curse. Get his little ass off the sidelines. He don't got no shirts that fit. What football player coming off the field talking to him? He's the curse. You can't fire a man's daddy and keep the son on the sideline, man. The curse is not that we got rid of Gruden. The curse is that we kept his son. What the hell? That boy like having a sack of potatoes on the sideline. That's the curse. Get Deuce off the sidelines, okay? Cool. You want to lift weights? I get it. You want to do push-ups in between TV timeouts? I get it. We don't have to see him on the sideline. How you fire his dad and you keep him? Huh? Deuce got to go. Deuce got to go. I don't understand. Like, there's no way, like, you could fire me and my son's still going to work for y'all. And I'm not bringing some type of negative energy there. Come on, man. Deuce got to go. You think it go beyond Deuce? Yeah, he got that. Yeah. They gave him that free gym pass. He in there. He in there working out like he played professional sports. You don't. You ever sit back and laugh at everyone who told you that getting rid of a certain quarterback a few years ago would fix all our problems? No, I don't laugh. I don't laugh because it's not funny. Because I was up late nights arguing with people. That shit was messing with my mental health. The amount of people that was going at me sideways because I thought Derek Carr was a good enough quarterback for the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was really, really bothersome. That shit affected if I was gonna do YouTube or not, because I couldn't believe the stupidity that some people had. I couldn't believe the arrogance that some people had to have never put a pair of shoulder pads on past 8-year-old Pop Warner and was trying to tell me football shit. Now, I'm not saying because you don't play football, that don't mean you can't know about football or you can't speak about football. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that, like, take your personal feelings out of your logical conversations, right? Because you could argue people for two reasons, right? You're either going to argue out of passion or out of reason. I don't argue out of passion. Most Raiders fans do. They're so passionate about something that reason and logic go out the window. Carr throws the ball away on 4th down. Explain that. How about this? How about count more than 3 times he did that? Like, you're making it seem like Carr's whole career was him throwing the ball out of. All right, okay. Explain this. Explain this. Carr throws the ball away on 4th down out of bounds. Do I condone that? No. Do I applaud that? No. Do I disagree with that? Yes. But I'm pretty sure Carr has a lot more touchdowns than he does throwing the ball away on 4th downs. I'm sure he has a lot more comeback victories than he does throwing the ball out of bounds. I'm sure he's run for more 1st downs than he has thrown the ball out of bounds on 4th down. So why are we making the conversation about him throwing the ball away on 4th down? That's the problem. Is y'all will take the smallest minute point that is valid and you make the whole conversation around it. Derek Carr was 10 times the quarterback of any quarterback we had, 10 times the leader, 10 times the passer, 10 times the talent, anybody we've had since him. But we're going to talk about him throwing the ball away. I'd rather him throw the damn ball away than keep throwing it to the other team. And every time Derek Carr threw the ball away on 4th down, which wasn't that many times, but in reality, his only options were to either throw it away or throw an interception. Either one of them is going to get him killed. So again, he has done way more good things than he has throwing the ball away on 4th down, but yet that's your argument of why he had to go? Carr was mid. Sorry, he wasn't good enough, nor was he the problem or solution. You can't have all 3 of them. You can't have all 3 of them. You got to pick one. Like, saying he wasn't the problem and he's not the solution is just a lazy way to say I could be right, I could be wrong. Right? Like, that's just you saying, that's just you hedging your bet and being right. He's not the problem or the solution. Well, no. He's not the problem, period. Because if he's not the problem, then it shouldn't be his responsibility to be the solution. How does that make sense? He's not the problem or the solution. If he's not the problem, then it's not his responsibility to be the solution. How that make sense? That's crazy. He wasn't the solution. Rid of him, we've been way worse. So then that means getting rid of him wasn't the solution. So then that means he wasn't the problem to get rid of. The problem was other things. And I didn't even want to talk about him like that. I can't put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I can't do none of that shit while I'm on live. Crazy. Crazy. Not the problem, but he wasn't the solution. Crazy. Frank, don't get mad because people talk about Carr. Because you wouldn't be mad if we were talking about Rich Gannon. You wouldn't be mad if we were talking about John Madden. You wouldn't be mad if we were talking about Darren McFadden. You wouldn't be mad if we were talking about any other Raider. So don't get mad if we talk about Derek Carr. That sounds like a personal issue. And that's the problem. Some of y'all taking shit personal that ain't personal. Motherfuckers can talk about any Raider. We can talk about Charles Woodson, who went and played for another team. We can talk about Khalil Mack that went and played for the Chargers. But if you talk about Carr, why are you bringing up Derek Carr? Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? We could bring up John Gruden. We could bring up any past Raider affiliate, including Al Davis, who had some of the worst draft picks of all time. But we can't talk about Derek Carr because you and your feelings. Let's keep talking about Geno Smith. Let's talk about Geno Smith and how you was probably wrong when you wanted him. We could do that. We could do that too. It's not irrelevant to the current problem, though, because the current problem that we're currently talking about is that most people in space don't know what they're talking about. So if I'm saying you don't know what you're talking about, and I give you an example of how you don't know what you're talking about, you don't get to then say it's irrelevant to the current. It's not irrelevant, because the problem we're having today is that y'all thought it was easy to replace somebody. And now we're pointing out how it wasn't easy to replace that person, but we can't bring that up as an example. How does that make sense? Who do I like for the 2026 draft? Shit. It doesn't matter what quarterback we draft. We don't have an offensive line. You're going to have to do what the Cowboys used to do, is just draft all these linemen, and then by the time you get the linemen, you'll find a quarterback. We need to wake up to the fact that this team is flat out bad in all three phases of the game. It's not, yeah, but it's not just that, Jay. It's a bad organization. What is Tom Brady bringing to the organization? What is Spy Tech bringing to the organization? Like, I don't understand. Like, you guys just settle for like you guys are like that woman that's just in a bad relationship that just like settles for the bare minimum. Settles for the bare minimum. Oh, the Raiders suck. Did you see they just brought Tom Brady in? I don't give a fuck. I don't care about Tom Brady unless he's throwing touchdowns for us. Why do I care? You think Tom Brady is the most qualified person to be in a front office as a minority owner? Shit, Magic Johnson was a minority owner for the... What the fuck does he do? I don't care. I care about evaluating talent and bringing talent in. What talent have they been bringing in? Like, I've been telling y'all this. The Raiders' problem goes well beyond what they put on the field. It's the people in charge of putting them on the field. I am not going to go out there and hire a guy that's worth $5 an hour, pay him $20 an hour, and then bitch that he's working like a motherfucker that's worth $5 an hour. Like, how dumb does that sound? So Geno Smith is a 5 out of 10 quarterback, but I'm going to pay him like an 8 out of 10 quarterback, and then I'm going to blame Geno for playing like a 5 out of 10 quarterback. I don't understand. So either all y'all are workers and never been in a position of being a manager or a supervisor, you don't have any employees, you've never done payroll, you've never been a coach. Like, when you put somebody in position to do something, they better be able to do it. Now, if I pay you to do something I know you can't do, how am I blaming you for not doing it? Some of y'all got kids. Go tell your kids to cook a fucking omelet and never show them how to do it, and then yell at them for burning the fucking omelet. What sense does that make? How does that make sense? Bench Geno Smith. Get Spy Tech the fuck out of there. Get Tom Brady the fuck out of there. Get Mark Davis the fuck out of there. And then we can start complaining about the players. How we complaining about... Why did you think the players was good? I mean, when they drafted freaking Michael Mayer in the second... Oh, that's a great pick. He's a first-round talent going in the second round. I don't give a fuck. Y'all make all these excuses for the Raiders. Y'all make all these excuses for the Raiders. All these excuses for these bad picks, these bad hirings, these bad free agent signings. Y'all make all these excuses. But goddamn, if I say Derek Carr was good enough to win oh, you caping. Oh, you... Shut your bitch ass up. Y'all will sit here and cape for this organization day after day. For every bad move they make. But you'll turn all that energy onto one player. Now, mind you, if you're a supporter of this channel, if you're a subscriber to this channel, if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, then this probably doesn't apply to you because you are the small percentile of the Raider Nation that has a goddamn bit of common sense. I coach football. There's players that I have on the field that I know aren't good at a certain thing. When they do things that motherfuckers that ain't good do, hey, that's all we got. I'm not about to go scream at that player for being the player I knew he was. Patrick Graham is ass. Okay, so be mad at the motherfucker who hired him. What? What? RN24, exactly. You caping for Mark Davis. You caping for a guy that actually drove your favorite franchise into the ground. You caping for that guy. But if I cape for the guy that has the second most comeback victories of all time in the NFL, I'm the problem. That requires nuance that some people ain't capable of. Yo, Logan, you right. You right. You right. Yeah, remember when we wanted Jim Harbaugh? Remember when we wanted Jim Harbaugh? You want Antonio Pierce. Why? Why? Why did you want Antonio Pierce? Well, he's the kind of guy I want to play for. Bitch, you don't play. That's the kind of coach I play for. Motherfucker, you don't play. I got an idea. Let's just all get together on weekends and just drink mad fucking beer and then go throw the football in the backyard and be like, you know what? If the Raiders did, shut your ass up. Y'all don't know shit. Yeah, Max wanted him. Why am I going to Max to tell me who we should hire as a head coach? Max, I respect you as a player. I don't give a fuck who you want to coach the team because coaching the team takes a lot more than players liking you. If it was all about players liking you, then we would just hire the goddamn secondary coach. We would hire the running back coach. We would hire the linebacker coach. Those are the guys players like, the positional coaches. Because those are the ones that get screamed at by the head coach just like the players do. That's who they relate to. When the head coach is bugging, the secondary coach or the positional coach will be like, yeah, yo, coach bugging today. That's who they relate to. That's what Antonio Pierce was, a position coach. So I respect everybody, but like, it's not personal for me to say you don't know shit. Come on now. I fuck with Max Crosby. But why if I have a roster of 50-some people, why am I using his moral compass to decide who I should put the faith of this franchise in? Because guess what? The Raiders are the Raiders before you, Max, and the Raiders are going to be the Raiders after you, Max. So I cannot leverage my entire franchise based on who you personally like. Someone said trade Max Crosby for Mac Jones. Let's trade our best player for a player that is mid and still won't have a line of receivers to throw to. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. Before a 30,000 super chat, I'll tell you you're right. Fuck out of here. Carr never had a top 15 defense. I would argue he never had a top 20 defense. I think his best defense was 22. No, I didn't see DC interview Beast Mode on his podcast because contrary to popular belief, I don't really follow Derek Carr like that. I just thought he was a good quarterback. I don't watch none of that. But no, I didn't see it. I think people were on the listen to the players train after that Rich Bisaccia situation. Look, listen. The Rich Bisaccia situation, very similar to the Antonio Pierce situation, is what happens when you just get new blood in something that is going south, right? If you get something that's mundane or something that's repetitive, redundant, and it's just like the same thing every day, every single day, day in and day out, just having a new face in there will change the energy. And sometimes that change of energy mixed with favorable matchups will have you in a position to think you're something that you're not. All right? Something that you're not. Honcho, please help the Raiders out from this dilemma. I can't help the Raiders. All I can do is try to help people that watch me understand what is actually going on. That's all I can do. DC play breaks down. DC play breakdowns be fire. Oh, I might have to check that out because he's smart as shit. Hate him or love him, Derek Carr is one of the smartest quarterbacks that ever played. I don't know why this sounds funny. We don't know that, Daryl. It's all hypothetical, which is goofy. We don't know that, Daryl. That shit sounds funny as hell. Exactly. When a coach gets fired, all the players rally and have to prove it's not them. It was the coach. So there's always an injection of energy and effort. That's facts. But see, you're a coach. So you know how that shit work behind them closed doors. Like you understand that. These, come on, man. Some of these folks are they refuse. They refuse. They refuse to use simple logic. Omar, appreciate the super. Been saying Mark Davis is the problem. Also, we can't draft to save our life. DC was not the problem, but pointing that out made you a DC lover. Exactly. 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 Mark Davis is out here wearing mom jeans and pink wigs. We don't know that, Daryl. Oh, shit. This man is wearing mom jeans, pink wigs, and Tom Brady sketches. People want to equate wins and losses with talent. We have never had a QB more talented than Derek, but he never had a team around him like Staberg. Yeah. Right, exactly. Yo, Daryl, I don't know who you are, Daryl. I did not see your comment. But we don't know that Daryl is the funniest shit I've read. We don't know that Daryl. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I got to put that on a t-shirt. I don't know who you are, bro. We don't know that Daryl. Oh, my God. Carr went to the Saints and the city ran him out of town until he retired. Chill, he's overrated by us. Um, no. No. You got it. But see, there's context to everything. Derek Carr had those Saints winning a lot. And then he got hurt. If I'm not mistaken, he played some games hurt. And in his first year, he threw for almost 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 8 picks. His second year, he played 10 games and had 15 touchdowns and 5 picks. So whatever issues the fans had with Derek Carr, it was more about the team success, which again is more than what the quarterback is. The quarterback he only plays quarterback. And he was playing quarterback at a high level. Just like Geno Smith was playing quarterback at a high level that 1 year for the Seahawks. So all of a sudden, if the Seahawks don't win those games, but Geno Smith's stats are still the same, that was his fault? Jameis Winston, hell no. Hell no. Now you're making it sound like I'm caping for Carr, but I'm just being honest. I'm pretty sure he was hurt on the Saints. And he still was a very good quarterback when you talk about statistically. Geno Smith is not a good quarterback statistically, visually, physically, mentally. There's nothing good about him. He's a mid quarterback. You can't say him and Derek Carr are in the same tier of quarterbacks. Again, yes, Geno had 15 interceptions last year. What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? This is a guy that was a backup quarterback for 10 of his 14 years in the NFL. And somehow you're putting him in the same category as somebody that's a Pro Bowl quarterback, a playoff quarterback who has all the franchise records in a franchise that had Stabler and Rich Gannon in it. Wow. But again, that comment is going to make the conversation be about Carr when it's not about Carr. The conversation is about this front office and their ineptitude to be able to do the right thing. They get it wrong because they listen to the wrong people. Why didn't we bring Sam Darnold in? I'll wait. Why didn't we bring Sam Darnold in? Who was the person who said no to Sam Darnold? Stabler and Rich win meaningful games because Stabler and Rich had more than just their talent to rely on. Rich Gannon is not in the same cloth of Derek Carr when it comes to talent. Okay? He wasn't. But he had a lot of things around him that could allow his subpar skill level mixed with his high competitive level to be successful. Rich Gannon went to fucking Delaware. I could play for Delaware right now. The talent level's not the same. But when you put things around talent, as small as talent may be, good things happen. And again, Tom Brady didn't want Sam Darnold. I bet you'd rather have Sam Darnold than fucking Geno Smith, right? So how do you say no to Sam Darnold but yes to Geno Smith? But we mad at Geno Smith. And we mad at the person that called Geno Smith mid. Be mad at the person that thought Geno Smith was better than mid, Tom Brady. Ain't nobody mad at him. Walking around here with the Saudi Arabia guy talking about I'm doing flag football, whatever the fuck he's doing. He used to be a minority owner for the Vegas Raiders as promotion for whatever he's setting his next move up for. He out there throwing passes to goddamn I Show Speed on YouTube. He need to help Geno Smith throw fucking passes to Jacoby Myers. The fuck? Yeah, you right. Spy Tech, he getting low. Ain't nobody saying shit about a Spy Tech. The fuck is a Spy Tech? Motherfucker sound like he breaking laptops. God damn. Rich Gannon had I think Rich Gannon had a top 6 defense when he played. A top 6 defense. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all must think I'm drunk or high. Y'all just say shit like it's gonna make sense to me. Rich Gannon and Stabler won meaningful games. I saw Rich Gannon get fucked up in the Super Bowl. That was meaningful. But what happened? What happened? What happened? Was Rich Gannon better than Brad Johnson? Answer that question. Was Rich Gannon better than Brad Johnson? Answer the question. Was Rich Gannon better than Brad Johnson? Rich Gannon was better than Brad Johnson. Yes. Yes. So how the fuck did he lose a Super Bowl to him? Oh, because the Buccaneers had a fucking defense? So why every time that Derek Carr loses because he's not as good as the other quarterbacks? Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up. Didn't I see Nick Foles win a fucking Super Bowl? How the fuck did Nick Foles win a Super Bowl? Who won that Super Bowl for the Eagles? Was it Nick Foles or Carson Wentz? Who won the Super Bowl for the Eagles? Who was the quarterback of the Eagles that won the Super Bowl? Not Jalen Hurts. The Bucs also had John Gruden, who knew all the Raiders' plays. But didn't y'all want to fire John Gruden too? So wait. The Raiders traded John Gruden in the middle of the night. The Raiders traded John Gruden. The Raiders traded their head coach. And yet we still cape for the organization instead of blaming them for why we are what we are. You had a Super Bowl contending coach and you traded him. No, I'm not saying y'all wanted to fire John Gruden then. Y'all wanted to fire John Gruden when he was here after the first season he was here and they won like 4 games. You wanted to get rid of him. I know it was Al Davis. But you know the saying, the apple don't fall too far from the tree? So Al Davis was doing dumb shit towards the end of his tenure. And now Mark Davis is continuing to do dumb shit, but we keep blaming the players on the field instead of the people who put them on the field. Now, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying, but the shit makes sense. Patrick Edwards, what do you mean I'm in my feelings today? Ain't no feelings. I don't have no feelings for y'all. I don't even fucking know y'all. What you talking about? What kind of feelings I can have? I'm looking at myself. What kind of feelings can I? I'm looking at me. I'm looking at what you looking at. What feelings I gotta have? Bro, these fans are shit. These fans are ignorant. How about Daniel? John, nobody thought he was good. Oh, Daniel Jones. Take a good organization to win. I want Drew Aller. Watch us pass on him. I mean, look, Daniel Jones is a perfect example of, you know, like your surroundings, your situation. He's in a better situation. So what we do, bro, honest opinion, I mean, first of all, what the Raiders need to do, it's not what anybody wants to do, because I understand it's a business. I understand it's a business. Exactly. Look at you. Them emotions. I could care less if you care about me. Well, you care enough to comment multiple times. So don't act like you don't care. You care enough to be seen. You want to be heard. So you have to care to some degree. But what I was saying is, as far as what the Raiders need to do, is tough because it's a business. But you kind of got to let the shit crash and burn. You got to stop trying to put a Band-Aid over a bullet wound. You got to bleed out. You got to die. And you got to resurrect. But if you keep going to like, I'm about to die. Okay, I'm back. Well, no, 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 no. Sometimes you got to let shit die. You got to let shit die. They have to start over. They have to stop trying to rebuild something that's broken. Like you can't rebuild. You can't build a solid structure on unsolid foundation. It doesn't work. You can't rebuild. Like it's not a rebuild. Like it's not a rebuild. We don't have anything built to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't rebuild it. Like you have to start fresh. Like it has to be done. You have to bring in a coach nobody's fucking heard of. You have to have people in the front office nobody's heard of. Because every time you bring in somebody that somebody's heard of, it's attached with an expectation, right? And now you're hiring people based on, you're paying them for what they've done, not what they're gonna do, right? And what they've done has nothing to do with you. You didn't take 2 or 3 years and build that offensive line and defensive line. All right, that's it. That's it. You don't go buy the fucking furniture before you buy the house. And everybody that does is fucking stupid, okay? Go buy the house, measure the goddamn rooms, and then go buy the furniture. We keep trying to fucking decorate a house we ain't bought yet. That's the problem with the Raiders. I don't know how many more gems I got to drop on y'all. I don't know. I don't know. Like the damn video. Subscribe to the channel. All right, Wednesday nights, we launching a new live segment. I think I'm going live on Wednesday nights. It's called Third and Honcho. We're going to be live. I'm answering questions. We're going to try to break down some film. We're going to try to do it all. All right, we're going live. It's going to be 10 p.m. on Wednesday nights. It's called Third and Honcho. Yeah, we're going to do that. So make sure y'all pulling up. Stay locked in. Like the video right now. There's 384 people and 198 likes. When's Wasted on? He's on Wednesdays? You should go live with Wasted sometimes. What days he be live? Yeah, buy the house first. I'm telling you, buy the house first. Stop trying to decorate the shit with furniture and goddamn paintings. And you bought Ashton Genty is the fucking one of those goddamn once in a lifetime pieces of art. You bought that expensive piece of art and you ain't got no wall or nowhere to hang the shit from. So now it's just sitting there. Right? Yes, break down the film. Would love that. Yeah, I'm gonna get the all 22 shit, and we'll throw some clips up there, and we'll try to break down the film. I'll get the whiteboard. I'm gonna get the whiteboard out. I'll draw some shit on the whiteboard, get that breakdown. I'll probably do a segment where it's like, don't at me, where it's like I'm gonna take all the craziest Twitter mentions I get where people at me and say the dumbest shit, and we're gonna expose them on live. At King 85 previous to over the past few drafts, we took tight end high in the draft twice and a running back, and we wonder why we trash. Yeah. Trade the, you know why? Because the fans want us to draft somebody so bad. We need to trade the pick and go get more picks and then build a damn team. Ramel, appreciate the super. One time Carr had a full team with an O-line, two receivers, and a pass rusher, damn near one MVP. He leaves and the Raiders still have the same problems. Exactly. Do some Derek comparisons to really piss people off. I really don't want to. And we definitely got to have a segment. We don't know that, Daryl. That's a segment. We don't know that, Daryl. Yo, that's the funniest shit, yo. If I didn't see that comment, I would have signed off mad long ago, bro. We don't know that, Daryl. Oh, shit. Just because you're a Raider don't mean all Raiders will take you in, especially the OGs. Who you talking about? Who's a Raider? I'm not a Raider. I'm a Raider fan. I don't play for the Raiders. I need a $50 million O-line now. That ain't happening. And I appreciate everybody that pulled up, man. Make sure you hit the likes on the way out. We still holding 330 strong, man. 240 likes. How hard could it be? How hard could it be? But again, I believe if DC didn't get hurt in 2016, the Raiders were Super Bowl bound. Why the fuck was Derek Carr still in the game? Why? He shouldn't have been in the game. We don't know that, Daryl. I'm an OG. I ain't no OG. That's wasted in them. Hearing Honcho spit facts with the doctor order. Hey, man, I just try to do what I do, man. I just do what I do. Oh, I feel you. I feel you, ASAP. I feel you. I mean, ASAP, your name is ASAP Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. That shit, what is that? That shit, what is that? That shit sound like a 2-disc fucking collectible set. Honcho can insult you and make you laugh at the same time. I'm sorry if I'm insulting you. I'm sorry. That's just Jersey. That's just, I'm sorry, guys. It's lagging. Fuck that. I'm out anyway. All right, yo, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Subscribe to your channel, like the shit, do all that shit. Wednesday nights, Third and Honcho. Yo, it's going down, all right? Facts over feelings. Ignore all that ignorant, illogical shit. Stay with the realest. Shout out to the people that I fuck with. You know who you are. What's understood don't need to be explained. You know what I'm saying? Honcho needs Wi-Fi for what? Fuck Wi-Fi. Nah, I'm just playing. I don't even know something like that. But yeah, until next time, as always, with Honcho out.